for the birdie.
Get in.
Three.
Get in. Come on.
All right. Lee Trevino has won his second PGA championship.
Lee Trevino won the 1984 PGA Championship with a Ping putter made at Karsten Manufacturing here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Seve Ballesteros told me, he said, he putts with one, and Seve says, I think you putt much better with a Ping. He says, Seve was the first really great player that told me to use it, so that's why I went for it.
Ping started in 1959 when Karsten Solheim, then an engineer with General Electric, began making putters in his garage.
The real story is I was having trouble putting, and I thought there must be a way to make a putter that's easier to play with and one that's more forgiving when you mishit it. And so I built up a putter with weight on the toe and heel, and then I met a pro that says, you know, you putt awful good. And I says, well, you should have seen me before I made my putter.
The name Ping came from his first putter.
Okay.
I know when all of us fellows used to play the tour and it would come to Arizona, there was a guy around the putting green that would come out with these funny looking putters, and we say, you know, and they'd all go ping, and we say, Karsten, don't bother us. Take those things away. We got more important things to do. And lo and behold, became one of the all-time great success stories.
I felt at that time, of course, that it was so much better than the rest of them that, you know, they couldn't help but use it because they found out they'd play better.
More than half the PGA Tour uses some of the 75 models of the Ping putter, and in the past 4 years, more than 50% of PGA tournaments have been won with a Ping, including 3 major championships last year.
The Zing got used by Fuzzy Zoller, and then and finally Tom Watson has been using the Ping Pal putter, and they all look just a little bit different, but they all have the same performance characteristics.
I think the gentleman is a genius, yeah. I think that when he went to, he has a degree in mechanical engineering, and when he came out with those Ping putters, he became a genius.
Well, the 73-year-old genius who opened his ultra-modern plant in Phoenix in 1967 makes 2,300 putters a day. But it's not only putters he exports to 66 countries around the world.
Well, the irons and the woods are caking off like I don't know what to say, because their demand is a lot greater than what we're capable of producing right now.
Last year, 20 PGA tournaments were won with a Ping putter, and you'll have a first-hand look at the Tournament of Champions at La Costa. Richard Saxton, 10 U's at the Ping Factory in Phoenix, Arizona.
Education is.
The story is about this man, 77-year-old Karsten Solheim, a former GE engineer who wanted to play better golf, so he started making putters in his garage. This year, more than half of the PGA Tour events were won with his Ping putters.
I use a putter simply because it's good for me.
In 1984, when the rules allowed square, U-shaped grooves in irons, Karsten began manufacturing his Ping Eye2 sets of clubs, which quickly grabbed about a 1/3 share of the new club market, more than double their nearest competitor. Then in 1987, the U.S. Golf Association made the 30-degree tangent rule, which would ban Ping Eye2 clubs from all 13 USGA-sanctioned events starting this January. That includes the U.S. Open, U.S. Amateur, and Public Links tournaments, affecting thousands. The rest of the million or so Ping Eye2 owners will have to comply by 1996. The rule interpretation has already hurt Ping sales.
I used to sell 50 sets of Ping to 1 set of any other club. And today we're selling 40 sets of Ping to 10 sets of any other club.
The 30-degree tangent rule applies to the measurement of the width of the groove. The USGA uses a 30-degree tangent from Karsten's rounded groove edge, whereas Karsten contends the distance between the walls of the groove should measure the width. The USGA measurement makes Ping Eye grooves wider, therefore the grooves are too close together according to the rules. The dispute is over 2/1000ths of an inch, or less than a hair.
Performance-wise, I'm not aware of any tests. I don't think there's a big difference as long as it's the U groove. They're going to both put more spin on the ball than a conventional groove.
Karsten has filed a $100 million lawsuit against the rule makers, claiming this rule interpretation violates antitrust laws, slanders the company, and interferes with Karsten's present and future business.
Karsten could be right in this situation, but I just don't think suing the 2 governing bodies in the game of golf is the way to go.
The PGA has made their own rule to ban square grooves altogether starting this January. It'll affect 70% of the Pro Tour players, including the Ping players.
Some of the guys that have been around a long time feel that us younger players are getting too much advantage out of the game. But the fact is the balls are better, the courses are in better shape. We got metal woods now, you know, we got titanium shafts, we got graphite shafts. Technology is just catching up.
The groove issue basically is if you hit the ball in the rough, you may as well, you're just as well off in the rough as you are on the fairway because you can still spin the ball. And that changes the nature of the game.
Right now, Karsten Solheim is going to court to try and preserve his share of the golf club market. His lawyers hope to get an injunction in December. Karsten may challenge the PGA Tour on the entire square groove issue. At stake, millions of dollars and the most popular set of golf clubs. Richard Saxton, Financial News Network, Los Angeles.